So here we are with Merri Creek. Uh, I've made an arrangement with the green player over there that they're going to come over to my place at 8, 9, 10, at 11 o'clock. No, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock's good. So we're making arrangements with each other. You're going to come over at 10 o'clock and you're going to start working on my garden. Great. So I'm going to do some gardening myself. So what say I plonk a little bit of gardening there. You can see, whoops. You can see there's a little bit of gardening work being indicated there. And then I'm going to go, all right, okay, so let's put in some gardening and more gardening and more gardening for when they get there. Okay. Not in my hand, on the table. Thank you very much. There. Now, seeing as I've got somebody coming over, I'm going to maybe also prepare some food for them, and then we can have beer o'clock together. That's great. Okay. So, everybody's got their orders in, and then we're going to start the proceedings. He's got a walk action going on. There he is, Green, and with his walk action, he's going to head off to this place here, and then over to here. Now, maybe that went smoothly, or maybe got delayed. Maybe he ran into something on the way. Maybe there was a very talkative person named Ted. Ted gets in the way. Or maybe there was something to do, like a dog that needed rescuing, or something happened. Okay, but anyway. What am I doing at this time? Well, let's see. I did some gardening. Here I've got some soil, some manure or other thing. I'm going to use this to plonk this into my garden. Okay, and as I go to work though, there was an event card, and if we have a look at that, and we go, oh no, it looks like my shovel's broken. Says whoever picked up this card, tells me that the shovel was broken. So, hang on. I've got that guy coming over, and when they get here, the shovel's not going to be here. Well, can I call them? Well, I could call them. Here's a little action card. So I can replace this one with this little thing here. Says telephone, and so out goes that, in goes this. Okay, you'd think that would be great. I can't tell them of my woes though, because they're on the road. This being in the 70s and 80s, they've got to be home to receive the phone calls, so they're making their way here. I've got to try to call them to tell them to pick up a shovel or something on the... Oh, no, that's not going to work. Okay, so they're going to get here. They're still traveling. Maybe we're now into the 9 o'clock hour, and they get to my house. There we go. And I tell them that there's no shovel, so we can't start work. What are we going to do? Okay, well, one of us is going to have to go and travel and get to the work. All right, so I'll tell you what. I'll start work, and then this other character, Green, is going to... Whoops. Green is going to... I've made a mistake there. Looks like I'm not supposed to be there until 11. Well, that buys me a little bit of time. I'm going to take another walk action then, and do a bit of walking around. I'll have to get rid of that one there. And then come back with... let's see, where's that other... Here we go. Okay. Here we can see that we've got a thing says shopping. Okay. Why have I got... Oh, I've got buildy build, so I'm going to have to sacrifice those. They're off. That's off. now I'm going to have to walk back, get the shopping, walk back, and then start this gardening thing. Okay. All right. So it went from a pretty productive looking day, because of the broken shovel, has now turned into not so productive a day. All right. But I can get on with my day, or can I? All right, well, I'll do as best I can with what I've got left. And that means I'm still doing a bit of gardening work. I'm going to plonk that there. And plonk back there. Really slow without a shovel, because I'm going to have to do with by hand without tools. And that accounts for that. That's one each because there was no tool. So there we go. Okay. Green person, by this time, has gone off that away to go shopping and go get the shovel. So walk, buy a shovel, come back. That's what they're doing. I'm digging dirt with no shovel. Okay. Okay, anyway, I get to a roundabout here and I prepare some nice refreshing snacks and drinks and things like that. And then it comes beer o'clock, and because we were both in the same place when beer o'clock struck and I've got some food, that means that we each get some happiness points, not yet done, and some nourishment. If anybody else had by then joined us, then they would also partake of the snacks and the drinks. Okay, so the aim of it is that eventually we will grow some veggies here by replacing, you see how once we uncover those, we get some pretty bad earth. If we bought some fertilizer, then the fertilizer will stack up here. The first fertilizer will go onto there, and after that, if we plant some vegetables and things like that, then all we do is replace. We might replace these with vegetables, maybe some pumpkins or maybe some tomatoes or something like that. And then this fertilizer stack here really just counts for how much fertilizer do you have in this whole row. Then the vegetables will grow. They're going to have little pictures of with a little countdown timer so that you rotate it according to how long it takes each vegetable to grow. And there will be some which might be, say, an apple tree, which take up a bit more space and produce a lot of apples, but it'll take maybe next game, continuing on to the next game, in order to produce those apples. The upshot of all of this is that we are looking to buy some community assets somewhere around there, and there and there and there, which we can turn into things for all of us. Now, this is roughly the area where Ceres is, I think a little bit further north. And so this is the precursor of history to where Ceres is. So in the second season and third season of this game, you'll pick up where you left off so that things like your apple trees can grow and your veggie patches will get stronger and all of that sort of thing. So that'll become less labor intensive to actually get things going, and you can actually start working on the communal grounds, maybe the community gardens. So by around about turn 3, you'll have that up and thriving, and then the game's going to have some problems with the problems of the commons. People using too much fertilizer for themselves or too much water, and what people are going to do about that. There's not actually rules about that because it's up to them to sort out their own problems. Okay, so that's about the game.